You feel it, don't you? That dull ache behind your eyes. That quiet hum of mediocrity thrumming in your bones. It's the sound of a life unlived. The ghost of the person you were meant to be, rattling the chains of your own excuses. You've been feeding the wrong wolf, haven't you? Tossing scraps of comfort and convenience to the whining dog of your weakness, while the beast inside starves. It's time to stop feeding the pet and start unleashing the predator. This ends the cycle of soft promises and tomorrow's lies. The pathetic negotiation you have with your alarm clock every morning. The endless scroll into oblivion. That cycle doesn't just break itself. You have to shatter it. You have to take a sledgehammer forged in discipline and smash it into a million goddamn pieces. Stop talking about goals. Stop drawing maps to fantasy islands. Your treasure chest is empty. Your grand vision is a hallucination projected on a wall of filth. Why? Because you do not rise to the level of your goals. You never have. You never will. You fall to the level of your systems. Look around. This life you have right now, that is the direct, brutal, and honest product of your current system. This chaos, this anxiety, this feeling of being perpetually behind, your system produced that. A system built on spontaneity, on impulse, on feeling. I'll do it when I feel like it. And how often do you feel like it? How often does the world reward your fickle emotions?
Your life isn't an epic poem written in the stars. It's an engine. And right now, it's either broken, sputtering on dirty fuel, or it's a finely tuned machine of destruction. There is no in-between. Your system is your battlefield. It's the ground war fought every single second. It's the trench you dig in the dark, not with a shovel, but with your fingernails, scraping away at your own weakness. You want a different life? Then you must build a different machine. A system so rigid, so merciless, that it chokes the life out of your laziness. A structure built brick by painful brick. That 4 a.m. alarm is a brick. That cold shower is a brick. That book you read while your friends are getting drunk is a brick. That extra rep when your muscles are screaming for God is a brick. Build a fortress of habits that your old self cannot penetrate. Craft it with the meticulous intention of a master architect, because its indifference will either serve you or it will crush you under the weight of its own inertia. What is your system producing? Order from chaos or just more sophisticated chaos? Answer that. Who are you? Don't you dare answer that with your mouth. Your words are cheap. They're hot air in a cold world. Your identity isn't in your bio, your profile, or the story you tell yourself. The truth of who you are is written in a language the universe understands perfectly. Action. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. When the alarm goes off and you hit snooze, you just cast a vote for indiscipline. You just told the cosmos, I am the kind of person who delays the fight. I am the kind of person who chooses 5 more minutes of useless comfort over a head start on my own damn life. That's a vote. When you choose the greasy takeout over the meal you were supposed to prepare, you just cast a vote for convenience over strength, a vote for the easy path, a vote that says my health, my energy, my very temple is worth less than 20 minutes of effort. When you scroll through the highlight reels of other people's lives instead of writing the first sentence of your own chapter, you cast a vote for consumption over creation, a vote for envy over effort. These are not small things. These are everything. These are the ballots being counted in the silent chambers of your soul. Every single day, you are walking into a polling booth. The choice is never complicated. It is always a binary option between the person you are and the person you could be, between the beast and the pet.
The world doesn't care about your New Year's resolution. It doesn't applaud your declarations. It doesn't give a damn what you say you are. It responds only to the evidence. It sees the truth in your patterns, the relentless rhythm of your choices. So what story are your actions telling? Is it a tragedy of failed potential or an epic of a self-made warrior? Vote like your identity depends on it, because it is the only thing that defines it.
You want some grand epiphany, a lightning strike of transformation? That's a child's fairy tale. It's a lie sold by the comfortable to keep you comfortable. True change isn't a flash flood. It is the slow, grinding, patient pressure of a glacier carving its way through a mountain. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. A single dollar is nothing. A single percent seems insignificant, but compounded over time, it becomes an empire. The same is true for your character. That 1% better you fought for today, it feels like nothing. You went to the gym, you don't have a six-pack tomorrow. You read 10 pages, you're not a genius tonight. So what? The weak mind needs instant validation. The savage mind understands the math. That 1% stacks. It multiplies. It grows in the dark while you sleep. Every disciplined choice, every rejection of ease is another dollar in the account. At first, the returns are invisible, pathetic even. It feels like wasted effort. It feels like you are screaming into a void. Good. This is the part that weeds out the tourists. This is the crucible where true commitment is forged. Change isn't lightning. It's corrosion. It's rust. A slow, relentless, unstoppable decay of your former self. Rust eating away at the iron cage of your weaknesses, one disciplined, oxidizing day at a time. It's 1,000 quiet acts of violence against who you used to be. Small doesn't mean soft. Small is the sharp edge of the blade, honed daily. Small, when executed with relentless, soul-crushing consistency, becomes lethal. It becomes unstoppable.
So stop looking in the mirror for a miracle and start respecting the power of the incremental. Respect the process. Fall in love with the unsexy, monotonous, grinding reality of stacking one good brick on top of another. This obsession with your current results is poison. You stare at the scoreboard while the other team is still running plays. You weigh yourself every day and let the number on a scale dictate your entire sense of worth. You look at your bank account and feel like a failure because it doesn't reflect the titan you feel you're becoming. You're looking at the wrong damn dial. You should be far more concerned with your current trajectory than with your current results. Where are you pointed? Are your feet, your hands, your mind aimed uphill, straight into the teeth of the storm? Or are you drifting sideways, carried by the currents of ease and distraction? The final score is irrelevant if you're not even in the game. Where you are is a snapshot in time, a single data point. Where you are headed, that is the narrative. That is the prophecy you write with your daily war. Comfort worships the now. It demands pleasure in this instant. It fears the pain of the climb. But savages? Savages build with an eye on the summit, even when it's shrouded in clouds. They understand that the pain of today's ascent buys tomorrow's view. Forget the scoreboard. Forget the validation. Focus on the vector. Focus on the climb.
Are you moving toward the fire or away from it? Every single choice either steepens your ascent to greatness or flattens your path into the swamp of the average. Adjust your direction. Burn the excuses that tell you the climb is too steep. Suffer upward. Let the results scramble to catch up to the monster you are relentlessly becoming. Goals are good for one thing and one thing only: setting a direction. They are the distant mountain peak. But nobody ever reached the summit by staring at it. You get there by focusing on the single square foot of ground in front of you. And the step, and the next step. Goals are for setting a direction, but systems are for making progress. A dream without discipline is a hallucination. It's a drug you take to feel good about your own inaction. Stop setting goals and then waiting for divine intervention. Stop writing things down and expecting the ink to bleed into reality. It's magical thinking for children. Winners do not hope for results. They build systems that make results inevitable. They forge rituals that spit in the face of bad luck, off days, and emotional turbulence. Losers pray for rain. Winners dig the well. They build the irrigation channels. They engineer an ecosystem where success is the only thing that can grow.
Your system is the how. It's the pre-dawn wake-up. It's the workout clothes laid out the night before. It's the phone in another room. It's the automatic bank transfer into savings. It's the pre-written script for when your weak mind starts whispering its seductions. It's the non-negotiable contract you sign with yourself in blood. A contract that says, "My feelings are irrelevant. The system is the law." Look at your life. You're already living inside a system designed by algorithms, marketers, and the architects of your distraction. Your phone is a system. Social media is a system. The 24-hour news cycle is a system. They are all meticulously engineered to hijack your focus, steal your time, and shape your behavior. And you are a willing participant. Environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. You think your willpower is infinite? You think you can sit in a pigsty and think pure thoughts? You think you can swim in a river of filth and not get dirty? You're a fool. Your environment is programming you every second. Your circle of friends, the content you consume, the food in your fridge, the notifications on your phone, it's an ecosystem. And it's either cultivating your strength or it is feeding your failure. You want to change your life? Declare war on your environment. Burn the goddamn comfort zone to the ground. Rip down the soft walls that coddle your weakness. Unfriend the complacent. Mute the cynical. Delete the apps that drain your soul. Fill your space with triggers for discipline, not temptations for escape. Your system is the how. It's the pre-dawn wake-up. It's the workout clothes laid out the night before. It's the phone in another room. It's the automatic bank transfer into savings. It's the pre-written script for when your weak mind starts whispering its seductions. It's the non-negotiable contract you sign with yourself in blood. A contract that says, "My feelings are irrelevant. The system is the law." Look at your life. You're already living inside a system designed by algorithms, marketers, and the architects of your distraction. Your phone is a system. Social media is a system. The 24-hour news cycle is a system. They are all meticulously engineered to hijack your focus, steal your time, and shape your behavior. And you are a willing participant. Environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. You think your willpower is infinite? You think you can sit in a pigsty and think pure thoughts? You think you can swim in a river of filth and not get dirty? You're a fool. Your environment is programming you every second. Your circle of friends, the content you consume, the food in your fridge, the notifications on your phone, it's an ecosystem. And it's either cultivating your strength or it is feeding your failure. You want to change your life? Declare war on your environment. Burn the goddamn comfort zone to the ground. Rip down the soft walls that coddle your weakness. Unfriend the complacent. Mute the cynical. Delete the apps that drain your soul. Fill your space with triggers for discipline, not temptations for escape. This world will hand you a script. It will assign you a role. The consumer, the passenger, the spectator, the critic. It will feed you a diet of distraction and tell you to be grateful for the crumbs. It will design a cage of comfort and convenience and convince you that it's a kingdom. Be the designer of your world and not merely the consumer of it. This is your canvas. This is your block of marble. This is your life. Stop scrolling through it. Stop reacting to it. Stop letting other people's agendas become your schedule. The world will hand you garbage if you stand there with your hands out. So stop. Take the damn pen. Take the hammer and chisel. Draw your path in blood, sweat, and unrelenting intent. Are you an architect, or are you just a tenant in a life somebody else built for you? The architect suffers. The architect plans, bleeds, sacrifices, and builds in the dark, laying the foundation when no one else can see the vision. The tenant just complains about the plumbing. Decide who you are. Seize the blueprints, or prepare to be buried under a structure you had no hand in making. The start is everything. The first 5 minutes, the ignition sequence. That's where the battle is won or lost. You hesitate, you negotiate, you let the whiny voice in, and the war is over before the first shot is fired. You need to automate the assault. The more you ritualize the beginning of a process, the more likely it becomes that you can slip into the state of deep focus.
Discipline doesn't start when the work gets hard. Discipline starts before the work begins. It starts with the ritual, your trigger, your war cry, the specific sequence of actions you perform that signals to every fiber of your being. The time for debate is over. We are going to war now. It's not just a routine. A routine is mindless. A ritual is mindful. It is a declaration of intent. It is the sharpening of the blade. It's the chambering of a round. It's the prayer the warrior says before he steps onto the battlefield. What is your ritual for focus? What is your ritual for pain? What is your ritual for courage? Create it. Rehearse it. Master it. Let it become so automatic that when the moment of truth arrives, you don't think, you don't feel, you execute. You slip past the gatekeeper of your own weakness and descend into the abyss of pure, undiluted effort. The ritual is the key that unlocks the door to the beast's cage. Forge that key. Look at your history, the family you came from, the town that held you down, the traumas that left their scars. You see a story written in stone. You see a life sentence. You see a victim. That's the easy narrative. It's the narrative that asks nothing of you but your own pity. You don't have to be the victim of your environment. You can also be the architect of it. Your past is not a cage. It's a quarry. It is the raw, jagged material from which you will carve your masterpiece. The pain is the stone. The struggle is the chisel. The rage is the hammer. You are not defined by the dirt you were born in. You are defined by the kingdom you build out of it.
You are not your father's failures. You are not your mother's fears. You are not the statistics. You are not the mess. You are the weapon forged from that fire. Every scar is a mark of survival. Every memory of pain is a well of fuel. Do not just escape the chaos. That's survival. We are talking about domination. You must build its opposite. Architect of reality where your weakness has no oxygen. Design a kingdom where your discipline is the king. Create a world of your own making, founded on the principles of iron, grit, and absolute personal accountability. The greatest revenge against a bitter past is not to escape it, but to cannibalize it for strength and build a future that it could never have imagined. The time for talk is over. The time for theory is a rotting corpse. Your analysis is paralysis. Your planning is procrastination. Your potential is a disease if it goes unrealized. The beast is waiting. It has been starving for years, listening to you feed your excuses. Tonight, that changes. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not the new year. Now. The system is your weapon. The vote is your choice. The habit is your superpower. The trajectory is your focus. The environment is your temple. So get up. Push the chair back. Walk to the mirror and look at the person staring back at you. That is not who you are. That is who you have been. Your next action is a vote. Your next hour is a brick. Your next breath is a declaration of war against the soft, comfortable, quiet death of the average. Break the cycle. Rebuild the beast. The work starts now.